Hey everybody, welcome back to another Jackson Jet Setting Resort Review. Today we're at one of my favorite resorts in the entire world, the Grand Hyatt Kauai. It's located on the island of Kauai in the state of Hawaii. It is an absolutely amazing redemption on points at 25,000 points a night. We got to stay here for 4 nights and use the Suite Night Award to be able to upgrade to a suite, and at check-in we actually got a full oceanfront suite, which was absolutely fantastic. This resort has everything. It's got golf, tennis, a massive lagoon that they built, which is really fun, especially for people with infants like myself, and of course some water slides and awesome things to do off property as well in Kauai. So we're going to show you everything there is to do at the resort, show you a few things off property as well, so join us. Thanks a lot for watching. And if you are into this type of thing, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, it really helps us out. So we took a short little flight from Honolulu. Our baby slept the entire way, which was amazing for us. Approach into Lahui's airport was absolutely beautiful. The garden aisle, as they call Kauai, definitely showing her beautiful side as we fly in. We did pick up our rental car at the airport. Took a little bit of time. We got a pickup truck, which was the cheapest option that fit all of us, and had a beautiful tree-lined highway. This is pretty famous, actually. You might have seen the photos before. This is the way that you got to take from the airport to get into the Grand Hyatt Kauai. So let's take a look at the Ocean View Suite. So Hyatt did provide me some globalist amenities upon check-in, which was great. Here's the living room of the suite. As you walk in, you have a nice little sitting area. Maybe put on your shoes, take off your sandals, brush off some sand. A bar area over here with a nice microwave. 2 of those refillable water bottles that are free in every room. A nice fancy Nespresso machine, which is great. And then below you had the mini fridge, which is great for storing some of the milk for the baby. And some paper towels and soap, which I thought was really nice. So already lots of room here in this suite. It's absolutely massive. Felt definitely like a home, which was great. So right there is the sitting area. You can have some breakfast if you're ordering some room service there. Good area to store some things. The hotel did provide us a crib for the baby, so that's always complimentary. So a little tip there, you can request that if you're traveling with an infant. Great living room area, huge television. I love all the knickknacks on the shelf above the TV. Kind of really made it feel like a home, as I said. And we're going to get our first look at the lanai and the beautiful oceanfront view. Just a really stunning room. The balcony is absolutely gigantic. Extends into the bedroom area of the suite. You have a nice little desk here if you need to do some work. Hope you don't have to in Hawaii, but if you do, it's there for you. Walking into the main bedroom there. Fantastic feeling bed. I felt like it was very comfortable. Stiff, but not too stiff, if that makes sense. Another television right there. Some drawers for storing your clothes. I'm not a big unpacker on vacation. If you are, let me know. I like to keep things kind of just in my suitcase, honestly, so I don't forget anything. But other people are different. Walking over to the bedside table. Lots of plugs here. Did have those automatic lights, which I'm not really a fan of. But I did notice that they did have USB-C in the wall, so definitely means to me that this room has been renovated a little bit in the last year or so, which is great. Safe and ironing board right there for you. Plenty of room for hanging clothes and 2 luggage racks, some robes, and then a free bag that the hotel provides in every room. Nice little branded Grand Hyatt Kauai bag, advertising some of the shops on property, but it's great for having some, beach gear and that sort of thing in a bag that maybe you can get sandy and not worry about your other bags. Walking into the bathroom here, massive bathroom, proper suite bathroom, which I love. If you watch a lot of my videos, I complain in a very first world problem way that the suite bathrooms at many properties are not very impressive, and in fact, just basically the same size as a regular room's bathroom. So awesome to see this. Plenty of things here for you. Makeup mirror, scale, nice toiletries as well. The shampoos and conditioners are branded for the Ara Spa, which is located on property. Really cool there. If you're a fan of those, they were actually selling those bottles at discount. Nice little rainfall shower there. And a nice tub too. Didn't use the tub, don't often use the tub. And then of course the Toto toilet, this being a Hawaiian hotel that caters to Japanese tourists often. Gotta have a Toto toilet. The hotel did give Duke the macaw to Roman, our son, which is just really cute. This guy is actually a real parrot, and he hangs out in the lobby most of the day, so you can go meet him if you have kids. Really a cool thing. Make sure to request that if you didn't know. My mother-in-law was in the ocean view room down the hallway. These were all located about as far from the lobby as you can get at this resort. It is a definite walk to get to the lobby and the pools and that sort of thing. If that sort of thing bothers you, don't take these rooms. But for us, it was great. It was close to the Grand Club when it was open. I'll explain a little bit of that later. But overall, it was nice to just feel like we were nice and secluded on the other end of the resort. And, you know, steps on vacation, never a bad thing, honestly. Nice little mini fridge here in this room as well. You can tell that this room was maybe not as renovated as our suite. Some of the bathroom definitely kind of showing its age a little bit, but still in really great shape. Love the look of the room, love all the woods, that sort of thing. So 2 queen beds in here. Nice little sitting area as well. Big TV, just one, because this is just, you know, one room. But then, of course, that ocean view lanai, which is just absolutely stunning. So overall, 2 excellent rooms. We were absolutely starving, though, and a little thirsty, so I grabbed a nice margarita. My wife grabbing the Lilikoi margarita, which quickly shot up to one of her favorite margaritas ever. Nice fish tacos here, and I had the burger. Really good quality food here at the Hala Market, but I will say that this resort is pretty expensive if you're paying for food, so just keep that in mind. Maybe head to the Costco or something, especially if you're a drinker. So we did manage to make it to the pools and check out some of the sunset views on the beach here. As you can see, the beach is not really swimmable at this resort. They do have that lagoon that they built, that saltwater that kind of makes you feel like you're in the ocean, but of course there's no waves. I'll just say that this is a great action beach. It's great to watch the surfers and the boogie boarders if they're out, but not really one that you want to be jumping in the water, especially with little ones. One of the best beaches, though, on Kauai, Poipu Beach, is down the road. It's walkable, or you can take your car. I would recommend a rental car at this resort, especially because parking is included in your resort fee. I don't pay a resort fee as a globalist, but all self-parking is free. Quick shot of some of the globalist amenities here. Biggest one for me I loved was the Ara Spa access, as well as the Grand Club access, and valet parking on free night awards. But we didn't use that. I just decided to self-park, but that is available to you. We did have Grand Club access, as I mentioned, and had continental breakfast, some afternoon sweets, cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, and desserts. Here's the resort fee inclusions for everyone. Really did love the self-service laundry, as well as some of the fitness classes. They were really great, and some of the bike rentals and that sort of thing. There's a lot of activities on property. They give you this calendar when you check in, so you can schedule your week if you're here for a couple days. Lots of fun stuff, so definitely take advantage if you're going to hang on property. So now we are going to start our tour of the property at the very front. This is the grand entrance to the Grand Hyatt. It's about a 30-minute drive from Lahui Airport, really not very far. The speed limits on these islands are pretty low too, so it may seem pretty close, but it's going to take you a little bit of time, especially with kind of local traffic, that sort of thing. So this is your drive in as you enter. That's the main lobby off in the distance. That's where your valet parking is going to be. Over to the left is the self-parking, so that's where I parked my truck most of the time. No gates, but it looked like they were constructing some sort of like gate system. I don't know what kind of maybe problems they've been having with people parking in their parking lot without a parking tag, but overall super easy to get in and out of the self-parking and just a short walk from the lobby area. This resort, pretty large, over 600 rooms, built in 1990, I believe. Was built to code at the time, so set back a little bit from the ocean, which I think adds a lot to its charm. But this resort is absolutely massive in terms of grounds. This place is just huge. As you will see, this video is barely getting started, so thanks for hanging with me. Let me know if you make it all the way to the end in the comments. Lots of koi fish hanging out in the ponds all throughout the resort. Really cool to see. I just really love like all the action going on at the Grand Hyatt Kauai. So the main lobby, that's where most of the action of the resort besides the pools is going to be happening. You're going to have your concierge desk for activities, that sort of thing. Of course, your front desk for check-in. You have a few restaurants located right in the center area. It's all open air, so it really just feels like you're in a most relaxing state possible. Obviously, a little annoying during the frequent Hawaiian rainstorms. They do have like an open air patio that you kind of got to walk around because they close it off because it gets slick during the rain. But overall, didn't really have too much of an issue with that during our stay. This is also where you will pick up the recreational bikes if you are going to rent those with your resort fee. So you can grab them from the valet guys at the front. They have them parked. They looked like they were in pretty good shape. A lot of times they have those rentals and they're just awful looking. So you can ride them down to like Poipu Beach or something like that. Lots of options there. And they had a few bike paths around the resort too. So making it pretty easy and safe. So walking in, it was Christmas time during our visit, so lots of nice Christmas decorations there. There's that open air courtyard that I was talking about with a beautiful banyan tree. A lot of Christmas lights set up too. Over to the left there is the concierge desk and car rental desk, so you can rent a car straight from the Grand Hyatt Kauai for a day trip if you don't have a car getting it from the airport. Then over to the right is the front desk, so that's where you'll go and check in during your stay. Really did love that they had wristbands that had the room key on them for the stay, so making it super convenient, especially if my hands were full, maybe with my son, or some other items in my hand. I can just tap my wrist to my door and be on my way. So we're going to head left first and check out some things to do at the resort. This is where you're going to find the macaws, the parrots, throughout the day. Really cool to walk by and just see them interacting with people. Sometimes they had a scheduled event where you could go and meet Duke the macaw, which was cool. Roman did have a chance to visit with him. It was really cool to see him interact with an animal besides a dog for the first time. And he seemed pretty interested, honestly, so it was really cute to see. This is all located right outside of Stevenson's library, so that's like Robert Louis Stevenson, who wrote Treasure Island. This is a pretty popular restaurant at night. This is going to be your sushi bar on property. Really good sushi. We did do a little to-go meal from there. I had to kind of convince them to let me do it to-go because they shut it off at like 5:30 or 6 every night, which was a little weird to me. But they did provide me like a nice cocktail to go, as well as some delicious sushi items and even a dessert sushi, which was really good. Overall, fish, of course, in Hawaii, really high quality. Definitely recommend going for the ahi. So just keep that in mind if you're visiting property, is that area gets pretty popular. Another popular area at night is the Sea View Terrace, and it's also popular in the morning because it's got a great sunrise view. But this is the resort's coffee bar, so they're going to have the Honolulu Coffee Company, I believe, over there on the right, that doubles as a bar in the evenings. Lots of cool food here as well. We managed to eat here one night. We were a little hungry, so I'll show you a little bit of the food there in a sec, but look at this view. It's just absolutely amazing to enjoy your morning coffee or even just some evening cocktails with some live music. I did love my poke bowl from here. I thought it was maybe a little expensive in terms of, compared to some of the poke bowls that you can get on the rest of the island, but I thought like the portion size was pretty good. Love the taro chips there, and if you've tried to buy these taro chips in the store, sometimes they're crazy expensive. My wife enjoyed her fish as well, so really recommend the Sea View Terrace. And after we take a look at those delicious pork bao buns, we're gonna, through the magic of editing, return to our tour. So now walking up from the Sea View Terrace, we're going to go to the other side of the lobby here, check out what else there is to do in this area of the resort before we head to the beaches and the pools and all the exciting fun stuff. Restrooms over there to the left, as well as a little business alcove that also has the resort's ATM machine, so that might be popular if you're looking for tip money, maybe a cash-only excursion. Sometimes that happens here on Hawaii, so just keep that in mind. That's right there, right next to the front desk area, as well as some of the shops here. And then as we descend down these stairs, really nice little photo opportunity, and then the Ilima Terrace, which is the resort's main breakfast spot. It's going to be your breakfast buffet. I had the Grand Club access, so I didn't actually end up dining here. We have free breakfast in the lounge, so no sense in paying for it. But maybe if the lounge was closed, or if you had a free breakfast rate. I know this is a Fine Hotels and Resorts property with Amex. This is where your breakfast is going to be. The lunch here is also open, and if you are a globalist, you got 20% off that lunch. We didn't have a chance to try that out, but really cool spot. They have a nice swan lake out front, so it's really relaxing and just a very unique place to have a breakfast. Did walk through the buffet here. Seemed like they had a lot of cool options, like nice omelet station, a couple of Asian options there, and then your typical American breakfast, but pretty good spread. So now we're going to head back up from the buffet, back up to the main lobby, walk on to what is basically the west side of the resort. I would say this is where our room was, so we had to walk past these shops every day. They had a nice little art gallery here with some of those really glossy photos that they sell for like $10,000, which I just don't really get. Pretty photos, but seems like a very expensive photocopy to put on the wall. No offense to those of you who like that sort of thing, but not for me. So they had a couple resort shops here. If you forgot like a swimsuit or some sunglasses, they had like a sunglass hut type place right there. A lot of different high-end shops here at the Grand Hyatt. Walking over this way, this is actually where the resort's conference center is, so lucky you if you have a conference here, but big ballrooms, obviously used for weddings, that sort of thing too. And that's all open air as well. So you have the nice carpet here and then tile, and then you can see out into the open air to the left there. So now we're going to double back and start making our way towards the Ara Spa. Now, as part of your resort fee, you do have access to a number of different Hawaiian cultural activities throughout your stay. They have a dedicated room for a lot of those things. They have some educational videos, lei making, ukulele lessons, that sort of thing. Really cool to do, especially if it's like a rainy day. These activities definitely are awesome for that. So you can learn a little bit more about the awesome culture of Hawaii. They have some cool little artifacts there too. Accents is another little sundries store. This one was closed for a lot of the visit. They actually have another one that's closer to the lobby on the other side that we'll explore in a bit. But through these doors here is going to be the spa. Lots of these refill stations for those water bottles. So comes pre-filled, but then they have a lot of filtered water throughout the resort. Thought that was really awesome, especially if you're just trying to drink more water, stay hydrated. But we're going to walk towards the Ara Spa now. So the Ara Spa, of course, has all your spa treatments. It has a lap pool, which is really cool, and they have activities in that lap pool as part of your resort fee. But if you are trying to access the spa and just use like some of the saunas and steam rooms. That does come with an extra charge unless you're a globalist, so I was able to access that and use that a little bit, including the cold plunge, which was super fun. And this area is really cool and really an option and kind of unique to Hawaii. So a lot of times people have really late flights, and of course late checkout isn't possible all the time for like an 11 p.m. flight. So they do have a departures lounge here, so that allows you access to some of the showers and just a nice place to hang out. If you're done with your vacation, you're done with the beach, you can just wait here and then be on your way to the airport for your red-eye back to the mainland. So that's all connected to the spa. We're going to head into the spa shop now. I will say too, on property, everything was located on basically level 4, which was our level. But level 3 is kind of the pool area. It's all very confusing because it's kind of built on a hill. But overall, the spa here is on level 3. It does feature the fitness center as well. They had a lot of Peloton bikes. Nice size for a resort this size. I've seen a little bit bigger maybe, but really nice equipment. All felt very fresh and new. So over there to the left is cold plunge for the spa. This is the lap pool. And then over to the left is the men's locker rooms, and to the right, the women's. So the men's locker rooms, free to use if you're using the spa. They ask that you shower off, obviously, before using any of the hot tub facilities, but they have steam rooms, dry sauna, hot tub, and these awesome like lava showers. So this is all open air, very relaxing, very cool and unique, and free to use if you're a globalist. So I definitely took advantage. So now we're going to move over to the Grand Club, which is located right next to the spa in the main hotel building. This was only open one day of our stay because we were staying around the holiday period and things just got super busy, so they moved all of us into another restaurant that has been closed for a little bit that just had more room for everyone, which I thought was a great idea and just allowed everyone to have seating. So the room itself, really, really pretty, has nice ocean views, has some miso soup in the morning as well as some of the cold cuts and something like that. They have 1 or 2 hot items each day. Overall, I felt like I've had better club food, I think, than this club. I just feel like they have too many people that are redeeming points and have access to the resort and the Grand Club as a result. So unfortunately, I felt like the Grand Club, was a nice little addition, but in the evenings when there were cocktails and that sort of thing, it just got super, super busy. Maybe it was a result of us just being around the holidays, but we were still about 2 weeks till Christmas when we were staying here. So if you pop out of the main hotel tower, kind of near our room actually, this is going to be your path to the beach. So nice little cliff walk, see the rest of the resort. We're going to walk to see what the beach looks like, what some of the pools look like, some of the pool bars and restaurants, some of the activities that are going on there. If you've hung around this far, please hit that subscribe button or at least like the video. Let me know in the comments if you make it to the end. One thing I thought was really cool about this resort is that the rooms extend out from the main hotel building that we were in, but they've covered the roof of that building with grass, so it really just feels like you're on a hill versus overlooking other rooms. You'll see that in a sec, but I just felt like the design of this resort was just really amazing, and just I wish that more hotels would look like this. So there are a few seating areas with benches and swings that you can just watch the ocean, maybe read a book along this path. This is a quasi-public path. All beaches in Hawaii are public, so there's no truly private beach. It's just a little bit harder sometimes to get to certain beaches. So that most of the hotels, or all the hotels really, provide some sort of public access to get to the beach, which is really nice for the locals. And, you know, to me, I think it's like a really good quality that Hawaii has. Some more koi ponds that have been built by the resort, and now you can see the other side of the lobby. That's a sea view terrace all the way in the back there, so a really grand view overlooking this beautiful ocean. Of course, a lot of people enjoying the sunrise on the beach, which is really great. Waves not too crazy. That's like pretty calm for this beach. It's called Shipwreck Beach for a reason. There was a shipwreck back in like the 1700s or 1800s. Lot of rocks here around. I was surprised that surfers were using it, but the waves looked good. Just not a very long ride because there's like a bunch of lava rock and stuff that you can get cut up on. Now entering the main part of the beach here, you do have some cabanas that are able to be rented if you're looking for a beach cabana. Felt like they were pretty sturdy too. They were like cemented into the ground, which was really cool. I think you get a few non-alcoholic drinks as part of your rental there. This is the beginning of the artificial lagoon, so you can swim around that part. They have a beach entry, zero entry, which is really great for the kiddos. Really a cool like feel to that, and that like met all of our needs, especially with an infant during our stay. We hung in this lagoon the entire time. So in addition to this lagoon, there are several tiers of pools behind it. They do have what they call a lazy river, but it's more of like a lazy canyon, I would say. It's not like a current involved with it. It's only one way, but it does end at the resort's water slide, and you can take that down and then kind of start the cycle again, walking back up the hill. If you've been to the Grand Wailea or checked out my Grand Wailea video, it's not as robust as that pool area, but it's still one of the best pool areas that I've been able to utilize in my travels. So there's the water slide exit right there, and the beginning of kind of the pool complex here. Really cool rock work around the slide, very disorienting. It kind of twists and turns around, super fun. Very deep pool here, loved that. And then all these chairs that aren't like a true cabana, those are just first come first serve. Never had trouble really finding a pool chair during our stay, which is great. I think maybe when the resort is sold out, you might have some difficulty, but there's a lot of chairs around here. Walking back towards the lagoon, this is the beach bar here, so this has cocktails throughout the day. Do have some waiters walking around that you can order some food from too, so you never have to leave your seat. So this is Tide Pools. This is the resort's most popular restaurant. It's like on the top restaurants in the world list sometimes. Just truly, absolutely stunningly beautiful. It's in this koi pond overlooking the ocean. So you have some great sunset views. Lots of fish here, of course. The fish sometimes jump, which is really cool. They do have a lounge area and bar, so you can pop in there without a reservation and try some of the food. But if you are interested in dining there, I do recommend making reservations. Back to the main pool area here. We're going to go check out the market. So this does have a nice pizza oven. We did try the pizza. It's about $20 for a small-ish pizza, which is kind of typical for a resort, but the pizza was pretty tasty, I thought. And then they have some to-go drinks, that sort of thing. Get some beers, I think some wine, your high noons, that sort of thing. And then you can order from the counter here the hale nalu, so any of the beach or pool food there. Shave ice, which is about $8.50 I think for a shave ice. Then here's the recreation desk, so this is where you'd get your towels throughout the day, maybe do some cabana rentals. They also have some inflatables that you can rent or buy, so really useful for the big pools here. So this is the end of the lower level pool. Again, you have some tiered beach chairs there, lots of great ocean and beach views from this spot. And one thing I just love about this resort is there's just flowing water everywhere. So this like waterfall is coming in from the top, and that's kind of the beginning of the pool. So you can go hang out in the waterfall here on the lower level pool. One cool thing about the lower level pool too is that there's a hidden hot tub in those islands. I thought that was really fun. So you have to actually swim out to it, and then you get your own private hot tub. So now we're going to make our way up the hill to the upper level pool. So the upper level pool, part of it is going to be adults only. So you do have an adults only pool here on property, and then that connects into the lazy river, and then that leads to where you can take the slide back down to the lower level pools. Here's the adults only pool. You're gonna walk across this bridge and there's another pool bar. This does have a happy hour throughout the day, so do take advantage of that. Mai Tais were about $18 here at the resort, so not necessarily cheap, but take advantage of those happy hours, maybe you can save a few bucks. And then these paths keep leading along the hotel outside, more seating, more beach chairs, and then that's where your lazy river is. So we'll show you a few shots of that here as we wrap up our pool level tour. So we're turning at a different time of day. Just wanted to feature some of the awesome views here some more. So cool little waterfalls flowing into that lazy river right here. Again, you can take a tube there. It fits, a few people, but you're not going to have like a fully circular lazy river like many resorts have nowadays. Here's the top level of that slide, so as you can see it twists and turns down to get to the lower level. More hot tubs hidden around here too with some great ocean views. And as a special treat, you can see exactly how this slide slides with my on-camera, on-ride footage. Super, super fun here though. So now we're drying off. We're going to continue the tour. So we're still on the upper level here. Nice little slide right there in the trees too, between the adults only pool and the lazy river section, which is really fun. So over here to the left is where the Grand Club was temporarily located during our stay. or at least part of our stay. It's the old Italian restaurant that's on property, so it featured some definitely outdated Italian styling, but was a much bigger space for all the people that had access to the club during our visit. And now we're walking back up to the main lobby area. This is the part of the lobby that we didn't explore earlier in the video. So a few more artifacts here and a lot more shops. And then this is the other side of the Stevenson's Library Restaurant. So Nahoku, the jewelry shop that is in a lot of places in Hawaii. Accents again, as I mentioned. And then this is the Stevenson's Library. So now we're going to check out a few more things that we did on property, a few things that I didn't feature in the grand tour that I just did. So there's the menus for the Grand Club on one of our days. This is inside that Italian restaurant in the temporary location. Had some pancakes one day, which were really good. Of course, some ham, some carbs. They have yogurts, that sort of thing within the fridges over there. And then some fresh fruit, a nice little buffet spread, and 2 coffee machines, which is great. Coffee can get kind of expensive in Hawaii, which I always find kind of funny since they grow it, but can save you a lot of money with that all-day coffee access, especially if you're waking up early. So back up towards the front of the resort, near the self-parking, is the tennis courts as well as the golf facilities. So we walked over there, checked it out. They do have pickleball here now too, and if you didn't bring your rackets, they have those for rent from the valets too. So 2 courts that were converted to like a hydroponic garden, which they do tours of too. And then they have 2 courts left over that are dedicated to tennis and pickleball. They do have an 18-hole golf course. It was kind of under renovation when I was here, so I didn't get a chance to play it. But they do have a number of different golf deals where you don't necessarily have to play a full round, so definitely take advantage of that if you don't have the time. So that kind of wraps up the tour of the resort itself. Now I want to show a few things that we did on the island. Didn't explore too much off property this trip. We had an infant, so we were just kind of trying to relax as much as possible. But there are a lot of nice restaurants pretty close by near Poipu. Inside of a grocery store, there's actually an amazing acai bowl option. So these were pretty cheap compared to the resort, so definitely take advantage of that. Lots of different waterfalls around, about 45-minute drive from the resort. So we drove around, caught a few of those, at least as the rain broke, because it was kind of a rainy day driving around here. But really, really pretty island, of course, and just something you got to do if you're staying here. And if you have kids, there's actually a train ride pretty close to the resort. Koaloa, which is a big rum distributor now out of Kauai. Nearby their distillery is actually this touristy train. I wouldn't say it's the most exciting train ride I've ever taken, but it's really kind of fun because you get to feed some of these pigs that they have, that sort of thing. It's fun, hour-long activity to do, especially on a rainy day like we had. So thanks a lot for watching this tour of the Grand Hyatt Kauai. Really hope that this helped you plan your trip a little bit better, maybe save you a little bit of money. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video.